everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something a little retro, a little modern, and honestly, a little weird when you really think about it. Yeah, we're diving into the world of Pac-Man. Now, when most people think of Pac-Man, they immediately picture that classic arcade machine, a little yellow dude running around a maze, nom-nomming pellets, being hunted by 4 ghosts who apparently have nothing better to do with their afterlife. You clear a level, it gets faster, your palms get sweaty, you know the deal. But me, I didn't just grow up with the arcade game. I grew up with the Pac-Man and the Ghostly Avengers and Math Man. Yeah, that Math Man. Shout out to anyone who remembers that fever dream of an education show. And let's be honest, Pac-Man and the Ghostly Avengers had a banger intro.
The Pac is back, goes chomping at his feet. Pac's our hero, Pac just can't be beat. Yeah, Pac-Man, yo, Pac extreme. He's a chowing down machine. Yup, monster rules, and only one can stop him. Pac-Man rules. The Pac is back, goes chomping at his feet. Pac's our hero, Pac just can't be beat. The Pac is back.
Tell me that theme song did not live rent-free in your head as a kid. So today we're talking about the new Pac-Man based off the original Pac-Man world that was released in 1999. And surprisingly, they definitely upped this game to the max. The animation is smooth, the parkour elements work way better than you expect, and visually, it's super clean. As someone who's played everything from SpongeBob platformers to random little indie games I try at 2 a.m. for no reason, trust me, I've seen some wild stuff. But Pac-Man holds up. So let's pack down and roll through these floating orbs one by one. Because if you're like me, the kind of player who insists on finding every single collectible without using a guide, this game will test your patience. There were these moments where I was yelling at my TV like David Mills in Seven.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Yeah, that was basically me every time I thought I found the last fruit, and it turns out I didn't. And just when I try to move on,
What's in the box?
nope, get back in your corner, David. We are not doing this again. Anyways, aside from that emotional roller coaster and that one glitch I encountered, the game runs smoothly. Genuinely, the controls are tight, the platforming works, and each little area feels unique. Now, full honesty here, I am that player who skips cutscenes. I know. I'll hit every button trying to figure out which one lets me skip and then immediately regret it because suddenly I'm just standing there in a new area like, wait, where am I going? Who am I fighting? What fruit am I collecting now? So, yeah. I am publicly promising on this day to start watching the cutscenes, at least most of them. But for everyone who does watch, the story is actually pretty simple and enjoyable. So here's the breakdown. The game starts off with Pinky and the other colorful ghosts stealing golden fruits from a sacred tree, and these fruits wake up an ancient spirit named Spooky. And look, no offense, but Spooky is kind of a cute name for the big bad villain. Like, oh no, beware, Spooky. It kind of reminds me of the clip from Penguins.
A phantom, a shadow of a former life. I am Dave!
But spooky or not, the ghosts team up with him to take over Pac-World. Our good friend Pac-Man wakes up to find the village is covered in vines, and the professor explains that the golden fruits kept Spooky sealed away. And now it's up to Pac-Man to collect the fruits, defeat bosses, and restore everything back to normal. Different levels, different enemies, different bosses, each golden fruit becomes your goal for that world. Simple, classic, and fun. Honestly, it's just a good time. It doesn't try to be super deep, it doesn't try to reinvent the wheel. It's colorful, fast-paced, goofy, nostalgic, kid-friendly, adult-friendly, and honestly, gives more charm than half the licensed games from that era. If you love Pac-Man, platformers, or just want fun comfort games to chill with, this is a solid pick. So if you're wondering, okay, where do I actually get this thing? Good news, it's available on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2, PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. And you can find it at pretty much any major places that sell games, like Target, Amazon, GameStop, Best Buy, Steam, and the official Nintendo website. So it's definitely easy to get your hands on. Alright, that's going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed this review, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below. What Pac-Man games or shows did you grow up with? Was it the classic arcade, the Ghostly Avengers, Math Man? Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next level. Bye-bye!